it's Valentine's Day, so I figure I'm going to give you a kiss. Oh, check it out. We're going to be doing a hugs and kisses wreath here with this cute little, got this pillow, got this little sign that says ticket good for hugs and kisses. We have some ribbons here. This is the veritable assortment I will show you here. You can take a look at those ribbons really quick while I grab a wreath. Can't make a wreath unless I had it. We're going to be using an evergreen wreath frame. Yes, I know you're going to complain that you can't see any of the greenery. We're not supposed to be seeing any greenery in this wreath. We're just using this as a base from which to build out all this other really cool stuff. That is kind of a large one, actually. I'm going to go see if I have a smaller one, but then I'm going to show you some of the picks and sticks we're going to be using. We have, to go with the plush little lips, we have these little hearts. They are also plush, so they go really nicely. We have some different things here that we're going to kind of pull out. These are really, really pretty. This came in my Deco Exchange supply box. And then I've got some, these are some red leaves. I got these at Christmas, obviously, but hey, they still work. But I want to bring in some black here, right? Because it's got the black and white stripes. So we're going to use, this is black glitter eucalyptus. This is the first time I've ever seen it. And I'm going to go order some more of this because I am in love with that. That is really, really cool. So we're going to do that. Let me go check my wreaths real quick again. Hold on a second. Yeah, I think we're going to use this base. Similar base, just a little bit slightly smaller. Okay, so this is a double ring evergreen wreath. So you see it's got one ring on the outside, one ring on the inside. And how we're going to fill this baby up is, let me get rid of all these so I can show you. Don't worry, these pretty babies are going to come back later. They will come back. We are going to fill that wreath with mesh ruffles. We are going to be using, this is a pink, and this has a red, white, and black metallic stripe. So this is a pink. Actually, here, let me take it off the spool. You can see it a little bit better. There you go. Now it actually looks pink. So we've got that pink. And then we also, because this is going to be kind of just in the back, adding support, I'm going to use black. Because I want this one to kind of be edgy, right? I'm a former emo chick. Well, not former. Once emo, always emo. You just stop wearing the skinny jeans. But I like to have a little bit of an edge with this one. So I've got 2 rolls of this. Now that is 10-inch mesh. So what I'm going to do is cut my mesh first. So that's going to be the first step. So I'm going to take my sign. I'm going to put it over here just so you guys can still see the cool little thing we're going to be making. Okay? But I got to cut my mesh. If I had known that this was actually going to work on my Mevo, I would have cut my mesh ahead of time. But I've got 2 rolls, and what I want to do is I want to make sure I have enough to fill that whole wreath out. So I'm going to be cutting this at 18 inches because if I cut it, the wider I cut it, the further it's going to stick out. I don't need it to be super, super huge. I just really needed that evergreen base to be able to hold on because those lips, those are a pillow, right? So I need to make sure that that's going to hold on there. So what I do right now is I only want to cut this once. So I have a mesh holder here. Now this is my mesh holder. This is from Susie's Wreaths and Things. This is the triple stationary mesh roller. I like this because it holds all my mesh on here for me while I cut it. So I can cut multiple rolls at the same time. I am trying to take it easy on my hands. Now I will tell you, I'm hoping to get through this whole thing all at once. But I've recently caused what I think might be carpal tunnel in my hands for making too many tomato cage trees. I made over 40 in the last few months, and my hands hurt really bad. So I'm going to go as far as I can. But I've got my rotary cutter tool, and I'm going to cut this at 18 inches. Now I've got my 2 patterns on top of each other. I don't need to separate them out because I'm going to be alternating these as I'm putting them in the wreath. Hold that down. So it's okay that I have these on top of each other. That actually is how I want it. It's going to make it a little bit easier for me. I like to keep all my mesh in one stack because if you make wreaths, you know, it makes a big giant mess. It goes rolling all over the place. Here, I'm going to cut a bunch at once. All right, let me get this all organized. What I like to do, and you can't see this really, is I like to hold it up and then I just run it down my stomach and press my stomach back against the table. So that kind of lets me keep these curls. It kind of flattens them out a little bit, helps organize them. Like I said, sometimes if you're like me, if you are not organized when you're doing a project, it can lead you to feeling overwhelmed, and then you don't know what to do, and you kind of get that paralysis where you're like, I don't know what to do now. And then you kind of just stop. So sometimes, if you are this type of person like me, it helps to stay as organized as possible while you're making something. It also helps, too, to remember if you have to stop in the middle of it, if the more organized you are with your supplies and everything, it's easier to go back to it if you have to pause in the middle of making your project. Okay, I got one last little piece here. Now, see, this one is on there. I like it when it's attached to the spool with tape versus staples. I don't like when it's stapled to the roll. But, you know, they're going to do it how they want to do it, and that's fine. Okay, here we go. All right, excellent. Okay, now I want to make sure I can see comments here. So, Carol, hey Carol, how's it going? Are you all set to have a Merry Christmas? I really hope you are. Really hope you are. I am now counting the days. We're almost to the point where we can start counting days to Wreath Makers Live 2025. That is going to be the highlight of my year. Absolutely. Okay. I am now coming back in with my wreath. This is my wreath form. This is an 18-inch wreath form. Okay. It's going to be a lot fluffier once we get everything added in there. But I do like to go in. I want to fluff this up a little bit. I can't remember where I got this one. The needles on this feel a little bit drier. I know this is not a Hobby Lobby one because those feel really nice on my hands, and this one's a little bit more scratchy. But that's okay because we're not going to really see much of this. We're going to be using these the little pine, evergreen, I don't know, little branches here. That's what we're going to twist the mesh into. So it basically acts like a big, giant, extra sturdy work wreath. Work wreaths are great if you're just adding like mesh poofs and you're not adding a lot onto it. But the more you start adding on there, the heavier it becomes, and then it's not as sturdy. So if I make something big with a lot of stuff like this, then I want to make sure that I've got something that's going to hold up. And it's going to take that weight and hold it well. It's kind of like my Spanx, right? I know it's going to be able to handle my weight. Here we go. All right. I fluffed it out a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect, you know, just enough where I can start seeing some of the branches. Now I'm going to... This one is shedding a little bit. Once I get everything in there, it won't be so bad. It's just because I was really messing with it. Let me get these cleaned off. Because like I said, I can't work when it's a messy space. It drives me nuts. And I clogged the vacuum at least 3 times while I was cleaning this space as well. I'm trying to get back. I wish I could see my comments a little bit better. Here we go. Now I can see comments better. Yeah, there we go. All right. So we're going to use the cruffle method. So what that is we know we've cut these, right? And it was on a roll, so it naturally wants to retain that rolled shape, okay? It's going to try to roll up. What we're going to do, kind of spread it out. I like to roll it in 3 times from the edges on each side. Just enough to kind of cover the edges, right? Just a little. And then we're going to scrape it up. We're going to ruffle it up, okay? We are going to make a bow tie shape, okay? And we're just going to open this up. Now remember, there's 2 rings in here. There's an inner ring and an outer ring. So I like to stagger this. So I'm going to go in here, put that here, this one, and then boom. Okay? It's a nice ruffle. We may open this back up later on to put the ribbons in there. But it's nice. It's holding it tightly. That's why these work fantastically. The first time I ever saw one made with this was Megan with Gal vs. Glue Gun. I watched her make one of these and I was sold. I was instantly sold. So she is one of the coaches in the Deco Exchange coaching group. If you're a wreath maker and you are not part of that group, I highly recommend joining because it is freaking awesome. I've learned so much from so many coaches, and everyone is so supportive in that community. You make a lot of really great friends, and nobody judges you. I guarantee you, if you go online and you see people making nasty comments about other people's reads, they are not part of the Deco Exchange crafting community. I can guarantee you that. Anybody in that community is always sharing light and love and positivity, and all the other people are usually just nasty, bitter people that feel threatened by others doing the same thing they're doing. Okay, so kind of going through here. So you can see I'm alternating, and I'm just staying on the inside for right now. I'm staying on the inside. I'm alternating. Okay. Now I kind of want to go to the outside a little bit. I got to make sure I also have enough. I should have 18 or 19 pieces of each type of mesh to work with. Okay, so I've got black, pink, black. Now kind of where this black is, kind of like between the black and the pink, I'm going down now in the level below it, and I'm going to put that in here. All right, because we don't want it to be like black on top of black. And then you will also notice sometimes you're going to find little stray hairs. It's kind of like me checking my chin in the mirror at night next to my bed. Got the little mirror so I can pluck the stray chin hairs. That's what we're doing here. Just plucking some stray chin hairs. No big deal. All right, let me get some more black out. We're going to keep going through this. It is very strange to me to be making Valentines when it hasn't even hit Christmas yet, but if you know, you know, right? We have to keep ahead. Got to keep ahead of the next holiday coming up. The sooner we can get this stuff listed, the sooner it sells. I surprisingly just sold a Christmas wreath yesterday. I kind of thought that I had seen my peak for the year with selling Christmas wreaths, but I sold my big pink Candyland Christmas, one of my favorite ones. So it's off to a new home in Nashville. It's going for a ride down in Nashville. I'm very excited for that. There we go. It always feels so nice when somebody likes one of your items enough that they want to put it in their own home. Makes me happy. And so far my hands are doing well because I'm not doing super small movements. It was doing and undoing the pipe cleaners and putting the wire and stuff on the tomato cage trees where I was really grasping and pulling kind of tight with my hands. That is the motion that was hurting me. So this so far seems to be okay. Now as I go through it, I'm putting this mesh in. If I do find I have any spots later and I've got extra mesh, I can go in and fill those in later. I just want to make sure I have enough right now that I can go around the entire wreath and not run out because I don't have any more of this pink mesh. Like I said, I got it from Deco Exchange. Gorgeous. I love it. I love it. Oop, I'm going to trim that extra little hair. Pluck that chin hair. There we go. Okay. Going in here. I'm also waiting to find out when my daughter is going to get home from school. So she should be home from school in a little bit. There's my dog barking. Hey, Kens.
Hello.
And there's my stepdaughter and her boyfriend, Jack.
Coming into in a second.
All right. So you might hear some barking, but that's okay. Here we go. Puppy's a barking. She always barks. That's what I don't understand. She barks at us. She lives with us. She has known Mackenzie her entire life. I don't know why she continues to bark every time she comes in. Hey, Aria. Aria's home too. I'm not alive, baby. How's it going?
Huh?
I'm doing a live. My camera is up top now. My Mevo works again. So people can see my hands and not my face, which is good because I don't look so hot today.
That's okay.
All right, good.
I just got done with school.
And Leslie, thank you guys for joining. Happy pre-Christmas. Yeah, the hands are doing better. I've been using, I got these like spandexy compression gloves that I've been wearing that help. It's not like like a heavy hard one, like where you can't move your wrist. I need to get one of those for sleeping at night. Definitely need to get one of those. I sleep with my hands like that under my, I don't know why. It's a weird thing. I don't know why I do it. But I definitely need to fix that because it hurts. It's a hurting. But that, and I got Nervive. I ordered it from Amazon because I didn't want to have to go out. But that roll-on, Nervive, seems to be helping the hands as well. It's mainly, and I'll show you in a second, where the biggest issue is for me. Let me find a good spot here. All right, I'm going to go right here. And some of these greens I can tuck. Like if I'm not using them, they haven't been used, they can just kind of go tuck right back and under, right? Didn't use those, you know, do that. It's right in here, that where it hurts on both hands. That is the #1 spot where I'm getting my ouchie boo-boos, which stinks because I am trying to, I have 2 boutique spaces currently. I've got one until I think March 20th, but I'm going to leave at the end of February. One at Painted Tree, and the other one is at the Nest and Company in Orland Park, Illinois. I've had some good luck going on there, so that's where I'm going to be staying with my stuff for now. And they do have a nice space in the middle of their store, so I'm going to talk to them about perhaps doing a spring Easter wreath making class. When I was at Craig Bachman last time, I was hoping that I would have found more Easter spring type signs, and I did find some with like Easter chicks on there, but not super springy, so I might have to order, if I order a case from Craig Bachman, they usually come in a case of 24, so this better be this better be something that I really, really like, because I'm going to have a lot of them. So I could probably do some for a class and then sell some as kits. I did have a lot of success the last couple of months selling wreath kits using supplies that I got at Craig Bachman. I did order some like mesh by the roll and stuff of that in cases because I'm close enough I can pick it up. Therefore, I don't have to worry about paying shipping. But yeah, honestly, when they have their deals, their warehouse sales, I could just sit inside that warehouse for days at a time. I just, it's my happy place. There you go. But I'm lucky that I live so close to it. I know a lot of people live close to Craftex too in Texas. And when I go to Wreath Makers Live, I really want to come in the day before and rent a car and see if I can talk to my friend Liz, or I don't know if Deb's coming in for that, but if anybody wants to go to Craftex, because I've always wanted to go there, and I would love to see Fancy's store too. Okay, I'm kind of starting to look like I'm not running out of mesh, but I want to make sure that I'm placing it far enough apart here that I'm going to fill out my spot, because like I said, I can go back. I just don't want to run out and be like, what do I do now? I could take out some of the red and black edged mesh and replace that with, I have some pink mesh that's already cut. So I could always just move some of that around in a couple little strategic spots if I do run out. I do have more black, so I'm not worried about the black, because that's one of the colors I bought a whole freaking case of at Craig Bachman. So, and it's all this is the same kind of mesh. And most places where you buy the mesh and the ribbon from, quite honestly, it's all the same stuff from the same importer. It's just whose store, what deal, you know, that kind of stuff. Not all of them, but like a lot of it is the same. But I can't buy stuff like multiple boxes, so I can't get like the super, super cheap deals. Which is why I buy it when I can buy single individual items at the warehouse sale. And that helps me that I can pass those savings on to people. Because I just bought 1 or 2 or 4 or maybe 6, whatever I could get. All right. No. Oh, I caught it at the last minute. Did you see that? Woo. All right. Here we go. See, you know what I really like? I don't know if it used to do this before, but I can see captions for what I'm saying actually showing up on the screen. I don't know if it did that before. Did I always do that in Facebook? I think that's nice because some people, you know, get issues with hearing, and I want to make sure that this is always accessible to everyone. Alrighty. Here we go. Oh yeah, I'm going to have plenty of mesh. I was getting a little worried there, but the rolls are getting tighter the further I get down in my stash here that's off to the side. So that's good. That's good. Let me see. Yeah, I'll throw that one in here. All right. Here we go. Yeah, I thought I was just going to sit here and watch stuff on Netflix today while making this, but I'm very excited that I get to go live. Kind of makes up for Monday. Monday was just a rough day. It was just a rough day. Here we go. I'm just very excited that my dining room table, guys, my dining room table is cleaned off. I can see it. I can also see that I also have the Harry Potter plastic tablecloth on there that was left over from my daughter's birthday in February. It's been that long since I have seen my table. I decided to leave it on there to kind of protect the table surface because I do stack some bins on there, but it is, that thing has now seen better days. There is no magic spell. You know, tablecloth fixius. No, that doesn't work. That does not work. But we're going to be able to eat there, at least half of us, for Christmas. I used to move the things that were in my craft space and add another table to it, so it was one giant large table, but I cannot do that this time. It's just too much. I don't want to have to move all that stuff around. Like that is a massive amount of effort. And I figured between that and the kitchen, you know, we'll all be together. We can yell at each other from room to room, right? At Thanksgiving, we had to do, we had a table in the family room. Some of us were eating at TV trays, you know. We do what we got to do. So this will be nicer this year. Then we'll have more room. I'm still going around the outside ring, so I'm putting these every couple of inches. I like it where at least the edges of the curls are kind of touching the set before it, right? But I'm glad I added in the black. It's kind of like the darker, deeper accent. I'm liking it. I got a dark side, baby. Don't we all? But it's nice that I'm coming up to the end. Just a couple more curls, and we'll be able to move on to the fun stuff. Now, I haven't even really thought about where I'm going to place some of this, but I think because it has the lips and it's got the sign, this may be one where I squish it into an oval shape before I start adding all the accoutrement onto the wreath. And again, for all the people saying, you're not going to be able to see the green when you're done. You're not supposed to. The same way with some of the Christmas wreaths. People are all saying, oh, but you can't. Where's the green? It's under there supporting everything else. It is not a greenery type style wreath. But you always get your people that bitch and complain no matter what you do. Oh, just a lot of rude people. They're like, oh, that's so gaudy. And I'm like, well, it just sold. So, and my other point is, well, where's your wreaths? See, people love to complain, right? They love to complain on social media. You know, they figure, well, you put it out there. Just because someone puts something out there on social media does not give you license to be ignorant and rude, right? If you do that and you hide behind a little picture profile and you say something that you wouldn't say to somebody's face in person, that's called being a troll. And the only trolls we like are Branch and Poppy in the DreamWorks movie, right? People just complain and complain, and I don't know. It's just rude. If you can't say something nice, some people say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. I say, if you can't say anything nice, then keep your damn mouth shut. That's what I say. But, you know, I knocked the sign off the end of the table, but that's okay because I can pop over there later. Or, hey, Aria? She's not doing it. Sometimes I can get her to do stuff for me. But then she usually wants a tip. I can't blame her. She's going to do work. I'd want to get paid too, but I'm like, I pay you in the form of a roof over your head. Hot food in your stomach. May not be food I made, but it was food I went to the drive-thru for. You are fed. Might not be healthy, but it's something. Nah. Here we go. But again, it just... When I go and I see... If I see Wreath that I don't particularly care for, or I don't like their style or something, I scroll through. I keep my mouth shut. I don't say anything because that would be, I think, rude. Why piss on someone else's parade, right? The only type of people who go out and do that are people who are miserable in their own lives. And I just feel sorry for them. But I'm also done with letting them get away with it. So I think if we all start standing up to people, maybe they'll back down. No, they won't. No, they won't, but that's okay. That's all right. I just feel like if I don't stand up and say something, then it's the same as condoning it. And, nah. Mama Linda ain't putting up with nobody's shit. That is my 2025 mantra, right? That is my mission statement for next year. I'm not putting up with anybody's shit anymore. I'm going to be 52 years old, and I have eaten crap with a smile for way too many years. And I'm done. I'm done. But I won't be rude. If someone is rude to me, I will express, I will respond to them in kind. Doesn't mean I'm going to be kind, but if someone's going to be a jerk, well then, yeah, prepare yourself. But I do believe in kindness overall. Everybody is fighting a struggle you know nothing about. Or sometimes you do know what the struggle is, based on how they're acting, what they're saying. But that's okay. It's not my business. I just wish them a happy 2025. It is going to be happy 25. Because I'm going to Wreath Makers Live. Yay! Sorry. I have a bit of a one-track mind. Okay, so I have gone through this wreath. Okay, and I have jam-packed this baby. I do still have some mesh left. I'm going to go through and find, I think there's on the outside ring, there's a couple of spots where I would like to add a little bit more if I could. So I'm going to find my first spot here. Actually, I'm going to undo one and move it over, because I didn't have an extra tine next to it. There we go. Now I've got a set of two over on the left-hand side here. Now I can add another one right in here. And I'm not going to change up my patterns. I'm going to put two blacks next to each other, two pinks next to each other. It's okay. It doesn't have to be exact here, right? But honestly, if I've got 4 little pieces left, I'm not going to end up saving that to put in something else. All right? I used to do that. And if it's a really nice one or something, I'll hold on to it. But in general, I'm just trying to use up the supplies I've got. Otherwise, this is going to end up rolling around in my space. And we don't need it. Though sometimes some of this, if I need just a couple rolls of mesh, like if I'm making a little attachment that's just going to hang on a sign, or if I want a little bit of mesh to be behind a bow, just to kind of make it a little bit stand more at attention, you know, I can do that as well. Yeah, we're going to put one over in here. Here we go. Just a couple extra. Thank you for hanging with me on this. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening to my rant about trolls. See, I think that's why so many people are afraid to go live and post their stuff on the internet, is because they're afraid of the nastiness that could potentially ensue. And honestly, if you post enough stuff, you are going to start getting stuff like that from people that are just jealous or miserable, and they feel the only way to build themselves up is to cut someone else down. You have to learn how to grow with thicker skin. I'm still learning that because some of these people I'm still responding to. But that's okay. I'm learning too. We're all always learning, always evolving. And now I have a runny nose. Here we go. My hands are holding up well. My fingers are holding up well. Last time I did a live, I was about to lose some fingernails. So this time I don't have to deal with it. It's a really weird, gross feeling when your acrylic tips are kind of coming off and you're trying to scrape up the mesh and you feel it like lifting away from your fingernail. It's a gross feeling. All right. Looking around here. I think I'm going to put just a little bit more on the inside. Oh, I've caught some other mesh. Oh my. My. You know what? I'm going to move this over to the side actually. Here we go. Oh, it gives me more room. Now I feel like I can breathe. A little more room to work with. Right? Again, you can find the link to that mesh roller in, I've got a link tree that's associated on my profile. You can find that link in there. Susie's wreaths and things. People also often ask me about where I got my wreath easel from. I don't think that company makes it anymore, but just go search on Etsy for wreath easel. And you can find lots of different styles. I prefer the open back, but I don't think I'm going to be using my wreath easel today. I think I like having it laying flat. I think you guys can see better that way. And I will check my comments in just a moment. I don't have a large screen that I can see everyone commenting as I go. I just have to go back to my little iPad over here. Here we go. This is 2 rolls of 10-inch mesh. All of it cut at 18 inches a piece. Okay, there we go. It fills it out really nicely. And the whole point is we're not trying to see the green. Boy, this one's a shedder. This one is shedding. Oh my gosh, look at that. This looks like the shower after I've shaved my legs, guys. Look at this. It's literally sticking to me. It looks like my legs. Oh God. Oh boy. Holy cow. All right, let me do something real quick. This is my tiny little, this is a little battery operated vacuum. It's perfect. It gets everything. This is great for getting glitter too, little tiny bits of glitter. It's perfect for sucking all of that up. These are perfect. It's just a tiny little fan in there and it's got some brushes, but it really works. These are larger pieces, so obviously it's not going to suck this up as well. But it helps. It helps. All right, I'm going over the other side for right now. I got to go pick up my sign. All right, here I go. It's nice to have a clean floor. I'm not jumping over stuff, tripping or falling. Okay? So how we're going to do this is, here's our sign. Let's kind of just figure out how we're going to do this. I got the sign here. I got my lips here. I think I'm going to do a bow here. That's kind of one of my recipes that I usually do. All right. I could squish this into more of an oval shape, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to keep it kind of just like this and then put the bow here. So I'm going to keep this one round. All right. So the first thing I want to do is put my sign on. How I'm going to do that is I'm going to snip that off. All right. Oh, I should add. I got more lights I need to put on here so you guys can see better. Hold on a second. See if that helps. Shed a little light. Get another little light going on here. I forgot about this. I was wondering why I wasn't so hot and sweaty. Okay, I've got a light I'm going to try to bring up from behind because I want to lighten up right over here so you can kind of see. There we go. I think that looks, there we go. Better. Okay. So here's our sign. Okay. I'm going to flip it over. What I need to get is, I like to use my staple gun. So I got my staple gun. And let me see. I have a cardboard tube, okay? This is a tube from mesh. I cut strips, okay? Because my staples, I want to make sure that they don't come through the front of the sign, okay? So I'm going to staple pipe cleaners onto the back. So what I do is I use that cardboard tube because I like to reuse everything I can. And I'm just cutting like 1-inch squares. I cut 4 of them. 1, 2 for one side, 1, 2 on the other side. Okay? Ooh, found a staple. All right. And what I'm going to do is stack them on top of each other and put them at either end of the sign. Okay, and I've got 1 pipe cleaner here, 1 pipe cleaner here. Okay, so I'm just going to hold that down and I'm going to staple it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Push it down so the cardboard lays flat because it was a bit of a rounded tube. Okay, so you push it down real hard. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I prefer stapling because I don't really trust a lot of glue if it's something heavy like this. I'd rather have everything wired in. Okay, so here's my sign. Oh no, oh no. We don't want that. Go there. Okay, so let's put my sign on. Just gotta poke this through. And I'm going to attach it. It's probably going to be on the inner ring. So I've poked one side over each side of the inner, over the inner ring, okay? So it's straddling that, and I'm just going to twist it on the back. When I'm done, I'll show you. But I may have to tighten it a little bit later. The more my sign sits here, the more I work on the project. I usually do end up having to go back and tighten things, which is fine. Sometimes you can run it over the outside ring too if you want to. I think I might do that. So I'm going to flip it. I could have, if I'd wanted to, I could have put 2 pipe cleaners together and made 1 long pipe cleaner that was like, what, like 18 inches, 2 feet, something like that. So this is a little tight here. I'm trying to kind of bring it together. There we go. And here's the one that was on the inside ring. I'm going to tighten this too. Okay, just kind of tuck it in there. Okay, so then we bring it around. And here we go. That is our cute little sign. Okay. Now we have our lips. Hold on. I'm still getting some residual shedding here. Let me get this out of the way because it's sticking to the lips. These little evergreen hairs are sticking to the lips. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's trying to like giving it a Brazilian, I guess. We don't want any stray hair on the lips. Sorry. Look, this is what you get with me, okay? You knew what you signed up for when you started watching me. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Tina, hello. Thank you so much for joining. Ravina, Barbara. Oh, thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate it. Okay, so which side of the pillow am I going to use? Well, there's a little tag that I cut off. Can you see that? I cut off the tag. I don't know if that's a federal offense or not. Please don't tell the government on me. But I think I'm going to put that toward the inside so you don't see it on the outside. So how I'm going to attach this is, I'm not gluing this. Nope, nope. I am going to get, where's my pliers? Here we go. I wire these in. This is plush, right? So I should be able to stab the pillow with the wire. I might have to add like 3 bits of wire. So let's see, I'm going to cut 3 long pieces. We're going to stab the lips. We're going to pierce the lips. We're going to give it like, I don't know. It's got one of those edgy, emo kind of punk kind of look. All right, so I'm going to flip it over. Let's see where we're going to do it. I'm going to try to pierce it. Usually if you can grab the fabric and just kind of like skewer it, you gotta make sure you got a real sharp edge on your wire though, okay? See, it just came right out. Perfect, okay? Then I like to go and I like to twist it to make sure it's not gonna slide on the wire, okay? So I've got one there. So that'll be for that one. Maybe I only need two. I think I'm gonna put one down here. I like to do opposites. Opposites attract. Sorry, I will stop singing Paula Abdul. All right, here we go. And the other end gonna come out, come out, come out, come out wherever you are. And here we go. Ooh, there we go. Give it a little twisty too. Awesome. I think two is definitely gonna be enough. I do have a third I cut over there if I need it. But I'm gonna go attach this on. So, which way am I going with this? Oh yeah, this way. Okay, so I'm literally just gonna put it on one side of the ring. Now I don't want to pierce the mesh. Okay, I'm gonna try to go through between the ruffles if I can. But I am gonna try to go around the outside of the outside ring, okay? So I'm straddling both rings here, okay? And then I'm just finding it. I like to twist it at the point where it's against one of the outer rings, because that gives me like something nice and hard to pull against. It's not gonna slip. All right. And I will flip it over when I'm done. We can double check how we've done it. Now this one's gonna be a little bit lower, I think. Or, well, I don't know. Let me see. This one might just go on the inner ring. Let's take a look. I want it on a bit of an angle. I don't want it to be completely aligned underneath the sign. I want it on a bit of an angle, okay? Because otherwise that looks kind of a little too uniform, a little boring. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to put our bow here. I wonder if I should have moved this over a little bit more. No, I think that's good. Okay. Flip it, and we can take a look at here. Now I'm going to tighten it just a little bit more. So I'm going to see how I'm pulling it right against the ring here. Gives it a nice, something snug. All right, let's twist, twist, twist. Let's twist again like we did last summer. Oh gosh, I wish it were summer. I struggled just to get everything in so I could get my car in the garage. And I succeeded. My van is in the garage. I don't have to be cold this winter. It's a Christmas miracle. I'm so excited. I like to wrap the edge of that wire at least around once or twice. I don't want it just floating in there, but I like to bend it around so I know it's secured and it's not going to hurt anybody or anything. This one, I can just sometimes just, instead of taking it apart, just twist a little harder. Okay, there we go. Wrap that a couple times. All right, and then I can snip off the end. Again, some people like to glue stuff, but I like to get wired as much as I can. Boy, this is a shutter. This is a shutter. Ugh. All right. Clean off those lips. Clean lips. It's got its Brazilian. Okay. Now, I think it's time we're going to bring out the ribbons. Okay. So we are going to make a nice bow here. It's coming down. My friend So, oh, we're going to go with this one. It is pink and it has diamonds. So this is going to be our 4-inch ribbon. Okay, some of these 4 inches. Okay. Are you guys getting, is it stilted? Is it like stopping? Because what I'm seeing is my video is freezing on my Facebook, but it looks okay on my Mevo. Just let me know. If you guys have any issues seeing me, let me know. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down. Now for the loops, I don't want this to be super massive, so we're going to do, I would say, a 7.5 inch loop on either side. Okay? 7.5 inches on either side. Here we go. Pinch and twist. Okay, so I've got the pretty side on the left, icky side on the right. I'm going to bring this through here. I'm going to measure out 7.5. And notice I'm not squishing it down. I'm just following the natural curve of where that ribbon wants to go. Okay. And then now this part, this is going to be a tail that's going to come out over the top. It's going to go a little further past this one. So I like to go about 1.5 inches. This was 7.5. I'm going to cut this at 9. And then I just dovetail it. So this ends up making kind of, it's almost like the shape of a cross, but it's not totally up and down. It's a little bit, can you see this? Let me, you know what, let me move my wreath out of the way for right now. I want you to be able to see the bow. Here we go, okay? How it's coming up and then it's going down. Okay, that is our first layer. Now I can add some cascades in later, so I'm going to keep this off to the side. We might use that baby again. All right, now let's bring out the rest of our ribbons here. There's a lot of them. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, the next thing that I think I want to go with is, I think I want to put the black, because there's already a lot of black mesh, and I'd rather have the lighter colors be on top of this, so I'm going to put the black next. Okay, and then we'll kind of go lighter as we start building. Okay, so I like to dovetail before I cut, or before I start making the bow. Most people don't. I'm a little weird that way. So I started over here from the right going left. I'm going to start now from the left going to the right. Okay, so here is putting this through. Now, I'm measuring, here's my tail. I want this one to kind of be about, I would say about 1 inch to 1.5 inches from the end of where the other one ended. So we are going to put this in here. So we are looking at a tail that is, this is 15 inches. Okay. Okay, then I did the pinch and twist. Okay, it's pinched and twisted nice and tight. Icky side on the right. I'm going to pull this over. Now this was 7.5 inches. Now this layer I want it to be at 7 inches. I like to come in 1/2 inch with every layer. Okay, then pinch and twist here on the left. Okay, nice and tight. How my pants fit right now. Ha. Okay, then we're going to go in. That was 7 inches. And just like we did on the other side here. Oops. Ah! Not over here. That tail that came up, this tail is going to come up too. It's not going to be as tall as this one. So I'm going to cut it roughly at the same length. But we're going to dovetail it. So that's going to take some of the length off. So we're going to go snip, snip. Snippy, snippy. Here we go. Now we're going to move these. Okay, we're going to fill in the void space from the layer below with this new layer up top, okay? So every loop gets a chance to shine and see the light. Here we go. All right. Next layer. What are we going to do? Ooh, this is the pretty one. Now, this came in my Deco Exchange Wreath Supply box. If you don't get the Wreath Supply box, I would say go try to find it. I cannot remember the link to the Wreath Supply box right now. But it's totally worth it because it's a gift to yourself. It's a surprise every month. You don't know what you're getting. And it's always such high quality stuff that I might never choose to buy for myself. And then I use it. And then I'm like, I got to go buy me more of this. That's how it goes. Okay, so this is about 1 inch above the other one. So this is probably looking at, this is about 14 inches because the other one was 15. So we're going to do a nice pinch and twist over here on the left. Okay, the layer above this was 7 inches. Now we're going to do a 6.5 inch loop. 6.5. Actually, maybe even less. We can, maybe more like a 6. Yeah, we can do more like a 6, I think. Okay. There we go. 6. Okay. There we go. And snip, snip. Oh, yeah, there we go. Awesome, awesome. Okay. All right. And again, kind of putting that in between here. We don't want to cover up anything too much. All right, now we're going to move on to our 1.5 inch ribbons. I've got 2 of them. One is the pink, and then there's the black. Because this is a larger print and this is a smaller print, I'm going to use this one on the top. Okay, I think. Well, scratch that. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. Oh, no, I'm doing it this way. I'm doing it this way. Now, I like this ribbon because it has this really pretty, soft chenille edge on there. It's gorgeous. It's so pretty. And fuzzy. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Pulling the tail down. Okay. And this is going to be 5.5 inches. Pinch and twist. 5.5 inches. All right, and then here comes the tail up. There we go. All right. And then our 1.5 inch, we're going to go with the black and white. Super pretty. And this might be a custom deco exchange one. Look at that. Look at how pretty that is. The black vines. Just gorgeous. Okay. A little shorter on that one. So that looks like that's about 11 inches. Okay, and now we're going to be doing 5-inch loops here. 5 on the other side. Perfect. And then coming up. All right, there we go. All right, and now we're going to do, this is a 7/8 inch. This is a pink with red glitter Swiss dot. Loving it. Do. All right. It's always nice to end up with a cute little 7/8. And then this will probably be 4.5. It is going to suck it in a little bit once you go to put it on your wreath. It'll kind of take it and go, sucks it in like my Spanx do with my waist. All right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is grab a zip tie, and I'm also going to grab 2 chenille stems, okay? So I don't want to have to fight with my pipe cleaner like I did with the signs. I'm going to take these, I'm going to cross them over and just twist them. I'm making one really long pipe cleaner. They do sell extra long chenille stems that you can buy already this length, but I didn't. I probably have some, I just don't know where they are. All right, I'm gonna pull this whole thing out. I'm pushing down while I'm pulling up. This is a giant sandwich, and I'm making sure that I don't lose any of my layers. This is gonna go right behind, okay? Here we go. All right, squishing it together, squishing it together. All right, I'm going to cut off the rest of that zip tie because I don't need that. Ooh, here we go. I do like to take the pipe cleaner and go like that. Okay, that way it's not going to slide. All right, let me move my bow maker over to the side. I'm keeping the ribbons over there though because we're going to add some more ribbons. Okay, so here it is. But let's bring our tails down. Okay. Make sure everything has its own spot in the sunlight here. So for the center, I like to pinch here, the center loops, to cover the zip tie, and then they kind of just go outward, so then that covers that. You don't see anything. Sometimes if I've got something cute and small, I will glue it into the center of the bow. I do have little foam hearts, so I might end up doing that, but that's kind of one of the last steps that I do because otherwise I could potentially knock it off as I'm working on the rest of the wreath. Okay. So here is our bow. Okay, it's got one set of tails going down and another set of tails that come out of the top, which is nice because it kind of cascades a little bit over the top of the wreath. Okay, so now let's bring Wreathy Poo back. All right, we're gonna put this baby right here. All right. I want to make sure that I'm not going to cover the H in the hug, so I'm going to kind of make sure it goes right here. So it's probably going to straddle rings 1 and rings 2. That gives it a bit more stability, more things that it's kind of holding on to. All right, I'm making sure I go around the mesh cruffles because I do not want to pierce the mesh. Ow, ow, my hand. Ow, ow, ow. I lied when I said my hand didn't hurt. It does, it does. All right. I'm just holding it down here right now until I really get the placement for how I want this to be. You want to come a little bit more to the outside, so I'm just going to pull a little bit more. Pull it over that outside ring a little bit. Yeah. I may not do any cascades. I might actually just go back in and do ribbon tails. Okay. So now I'm doing what I did before. I'm twisting it, but I'm bracing it against the outside ring, so I'm twisting it on top of that outside ring. That also makes sure that I'm not accidentally twisting any of those little tines into here. Okay. All right, and then I'm just going to wrap that pipe cleaner around the ring. All right, here we go. Here we go. So this is what we have for right now. Super, super pretty. Okay. All right, I'm liking this. It's a little hard for me to see what's going on over there. But here is the whole wreath as it stands right now. So I'm going to cut some tails, I think. So let's move this off to the side and let's talk cutting tails. I'm going to do my 2.5 inch. I might do a couple 1.5 inch here and there, but I think I'm mainly going to stick with my 2.5 inch. Sorry. I'm trying to roll my spools all up. I've got extra ribbon going haywire all over the place. So I'm going to use these two patterns. I've got my, I guess it's my hearts and my male, and then the black with the different prints on there. Okay. So I have a ribbon tail board that I use. This is from Hot Mesh Mom. Shop hotmeshmom.com. And this is pre-measured. You see it's already got 13 inches and 14 inches. So all I have to do is wrap it around this board. So I think I'm going to cut probably 14 pieces. Well, I don't know, maybe not that. Okay, I'm going to cut 12, and then I'll go back and cut more if I need to, okay? So wrap it around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I feel like the count on Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. I love this ribbon tail board. If you don't have a ribbon tail board, consider investing in one. It makes it so much easier to cut your tails. They're all the same length. It's faster. I used to cut them one by one when I first started because I didn't know any better. And then I decided to make a cardboard board, but then that started getting flimsy, and then the ends weren't the same shape or the same length. And then I got smart and invested. And they're not expensive at all. Okay, here we go. And so I'm just lining all these up, okay? The ends are all lined up. I'm bending it in half, okay, so it looks like that. And then I'm going to cut from the inside out on an angle. That's called dovetailing. And once I have done that, it makes a very pretty edge. It keeps it from fraying, and it makes everything look nice and finished. Most wreath makers do that with the ends of their ribbons. You don't have to, but I like it. All right. I bet you I'm going to have to cut more. I don't want to overcut and then be stuck with a bunch of tails that I haven't used. So let us see. Amy, how are you? How are you? Thank you. Four. What are you guys doing for New Year's Eve? Anybody got plans? The only plans I have, well, they're up in the air. Well, I'm always at home because, you know, I have no life. And I've got an 11-year-old, so what am I going to do? But I always make those little cocktail hot dogs wrapped in crescent rolls, but I can't find ones that aren't smoked. I can't find just the regular cocktail weenies. They're always the little smoked weenies. I don't like my smoked weenies. I like regular weenies. Handled scissors that I got from Decor Exchange. You can also find them at MB Craft. Here we go. Folding it in. Boom. Folding it in. Come on, come on, come on. Boom. And you could add that into here. I am not going to do that, however. I pretty much am trying to save all my tubing for my tomato cage trees because the Dollar Tree sells some of it, but the quality is not the best. So I prefer to get like the nice tinsel type stuff from Craft Outlet, but it is not cheap. It is not cheap, especially per bag. The price is getting up there. I'm going to have to buy that in bulk from Craig Bachman, I think, in the coming year, assuming my hands can let me make tomato cage trees again. At this point, who knows? Okay, so now I'm going to go through and I'm going to match these ribbons up one on top of each other. So I've got two different patterns here. I've got the black. I can put that on top, but that's a lot of black. I want to put the white on top, okay? I'm going to put them on top of each other. as you can see right here. And I'm going to fold them in half. Make a crease so I know where to pinch. Okay, and that's my guideline. I'm just going to pinch it all the way up. And then I like to make a little V shape here. Then I'm going to go through and figure out where I want to put these. So I can open up a set of tines that's already there, like the little leaves where I put in the mesh. Or, you know what I'm talking about. I can do that. So like down here, I could try to put them in over the top too. Actually, this set I think I'm going to put in over the top because I want to have something out. I pull out the bottom one to the right and the top one to the left, and then the same with the ones on the other side. So you can see these are alternating. Okay. So super cute. I love that. A big smooch. Okay. And I'm just going to go through, and I can put some on the top layer, top ring. I can put some on the bottom ring. I am sitting down right now. Hopefully you can still see everything okay. I'm old and tired, guys. I'm old and I'm tired. I'm tired. Ooh, here we go. I have a fan blowing on me a little bit, but it's not enough. These lights make everything really hot, and the last thing you want to do is put hot lights on a menopausal woman. It is not a good combination. It does not smell the best in here right now, I will tell you that. Need some Lumi. All right, here we go. Let me try to find maybe a set like in here. I want to make sure I've got stuff coming out of the top here, right? I'm definitely gonna have to cut some more. I don't want it just to be ribbon tails around the outside. I want to put it on the inside too, but I want to stagger it too so they're not at the same location all on top of each other. I want to spread it out. We also have a lot of picks and things that we're going to glue in and add into here too, so we don't necessarily want to have too much when it comes to ribbon tails. Okay. Here we go. Putting in more. Oh, make sure I'm putting it the right way. Sorry. I forgot that there was writing on there. Well, that's good. The hearts are kind of going different directions, so I think that's okay. It looks cute though, but sometimes you just got to do that extra little bit of care. All right, I'm just pulling these out. I want all these. You want to have like their own little party going on, their own little opinions going on there. Here we go. All right, I'm going to put another set. So if I see tines that I have not used, I'm going to tuck those underneath some of that mesh because I really don't want to see the green. All right. Now I'm working behind, underneath the sign here. This is a little tricky. I'm trying to find the right set to open up. It all just looks like a giant sea of green to me right now, to be honest. Ah, there we go. All right. Just took a little finagling. Trying to stick my hand in there. It's dark and I can't see anything and things are scratching me, and I think this might be what it feels like to be a gynecologist. I'm not sure. Sorry. I told you guys I don't have the cleanest mind. If you don't like a little bit of comedy with your crafting, go elsewhere. If you're looking for clean fun, I may not be for you. All right, now I'm going back to do the outside one again. It seems like when I look at it on the outside, I'm tending to put them in the batches where I have the black mesh because that's kind of covering some of that up. I want to highlight the pink mostly, so that's why it's kind of nice to put this over the black because then that white ribbon on the top really lightens it up. And then I'm also bending those little branches backwards back into the mesh so that we're not seeing them in the wreath. Okay. Oh, how this is going. We're making progress. All right, now I'm going to do another set on the outside right here. Who knows, maybe I won't need to cut as many more sets as I thought. Like I said, though, I just don't want to cut too many. And then I did that with Christmas, and all the extra ribbon tails that I had, I shoved into a bin, and they're all sitting there waiting for me to use them to make Christmas bows with. If they turn out cute, I can list them for sale next year. If they don't, then I'm going to put them on the packages I'm giving my family. That's how I'm going to use them. There we go. I just have to make them, which again is using my hands, but I put it in front of the TV so I can make them at night. All right, I'm going to come back and fill some more up in here. I just want to do a little bit more down here on the bottom for right now so that I know how many more I have to work with on the top. Because maybe I don't have to cut any more tails. Who knows? There we go. I really like this ribbon with the white ribbon that's got the little envelopes on there. It's cute. It's got a pattern, but it's not like too much. It's not overdone because honestly, though, I mean the one. Let's be honest. The pink with the zebra and the black background. That is a ribbon. That is a ribbon with a print, man. That is a print. So I don't want to go too overdone, right? Oh. Again, I can't. Here we go. I wrapped the bow around one of these tines, so there we go. Opening it back up. And it seems to be, I'm putting these in the black ruffles, which is working out nicely. Now, all right. If you are watching this on a replay, if you want to fast forward through watching me put in these tails, please do so. You're not going to miss anything thrilling at all other than me yammering on, filling the time until I get all these in there. I usually, when I post full-length videos, like when I post it to YouTube, I don't edit it. Sometimes people like to have somebody talking to them as they're doing the same thing, but I figure people can fast forward if they want to. Won't offend me, because I won't know, unless you come back and tell me, and then I will be offended. All right. Another set. I do want to make sure I have tails on the inside. I don't want it to look like it's just a ring of tails around the outside. We don't want that. It needs to all be integrated well. But I won't put a lot behind like the bow or the tails of the bow because you're not going to really see that ribbon, right? But I might put something here because you might see something sticking out, like on the side. So it remains to be seen what I'm going to do. All right. So it looks like I'm going to have enough tails to do this outside here. I'm going to have to go back and cut just a few for the inside. I imagine maybe, possibly 3 sets, which is not bad at all. It would have been maybe more. I might have actually cut more to begin with, but I wasn't sure how much real estate the lips pillow was going to take up. But I think that's so cute. I believe I got this lips pillow last year at Target in like the $5 section because it had a $5 sticker on it. So I'm pretty sure that that's where that came from. You can always find a lot of really cute stuff at that the $135 like the bin section when you first walk in Target. And the inventory goes there really quickly, so if you ever see something there that you like that's really cute, that you think you could put in a wreath or embellish, don't wait, because you won't find it again. They've got a quick turnover on that stuff. I think they make sure they don't buy too much so they don't have to end up, you know, giving a lot of it away if it doesn't sell. But those bins are always empty by us because stuff is sold. Okay. All right, so that's all the outside ones. I want a couple. I want at least 1, 2. I want 3 sets more, so I just got to cut 3 more sets. So again, here's my ribbon tail board. You know what? I've never done this before. Let's do something crazy. Let's do something crazy. 1, 2. You know what? It would have been faster just to leave them separate. That's too much work trying to keep them all together. You know, try something new, see if it works. Who knows? Go. Okay, so I've got all 3 of these. I'm gonna lay them flat. I'm gonna cut these separately. So I'm gonna dovetail real quick that end. Dovetail that end. Sometimes I'll find the ends are like, oh, I cut it. One of them was a little too short. I'll just pull it to the ends match up. There we go. And then 3 of these. And then it's the fun time. Then it's like time to put on the crown, right? We get to take all those pretty little floral bits and the sprays and sprigs and glue those babies in here. It's time to get her dressed, right? We're going to dress the wreath. Or, I don't know, put her makeup on, I guess. I mean, I guess she's kind of dressed, but she's like me. She's dressed. She's got clothes on, but she just doesn't have any makeup. Okay, so going back here, I wanted to put let's see, I could put probably 1 here. So this is on the pink. All right. Fold that, fold it. All right. Here we go. It's a little hard to work behind the sign. That's okay. I'm just going to separate it out. Okay, and the other one I wanted to do is kind of over here on the side. There's like a little, there's not a lot going on right up here. So I want to put it, there's that one. He's kind of right in there. So I cut 1 extra. I might have an extra. Let's see. All right. Put that on the side. So this will poke out from the side of the ribbon tails. You're not going to see a lot of it, but it just kind of, it looked a little empty there. If you could really see, hey, there's mesh curls, then that's a little much. Okay, and I think I did want to put another one kind of like right back in here. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I want to attach this actually. There, I'll go right there. All right. And that lets us use up the last set of tails. All right. You know, one thing I didn't grab, and I wasn't sure I was going to use or not, was actual florals. But we've got some little bits of florals in this this floral bush, the mixed floral bush that we love to use as crafters is called 60919. So that one that I got, I'm going to see if I can buy more because it's gorgeous. It's got pink and red in it. It's small little bits, okay? It's nothing huge, massive, or overpowering. All right. This is cute. It's looking good. Looking good, guys. All right. It's going to go away. Perhaps Some of this. Oh boy, it's all I'm sweeping it and it. Where? All right, so what do we got here? We have these. How stinking adorable are these? Look how cute they are. They're so cute. And I think these might be a Deco Exchange exclusive because look, it's got an actual Deco Exchange tag on there. Fantastic. So we're going to use that. These I will probably put in toward last because I don't want anything that I put anything else to cover it. So those are going to go toward the last. I've got some of these. Okay. I'm going to have some of this. You know what? There's already enough black in here. I don't think I'm going to use these as much as I was excited about them, and I still am. I don't think I'm going to use these because there's already a lot of black. I want to lighten it up a little bit, okay? Got 6 little leaves in this. It's a little hard for me to kind of see what I'm going to use because I can't really see the whole wreath right now. I wish I had, this problem is, I wish I had 2 of these, honestly. When I'm trying to make something big like this. So, honestly, I'm just going to have to, there we go. So I know what I'm going to do. I'll do this last. And I might end up using, I'm going to use a different white because I have multiple of a different white. So I'm going to go grab a couple other things right over here, my flower tower, right next to me here. All right. Okay, so these are Christmas ones. I got these from Hobby Lobby. They were $2.99, but you know you can get them half off. Okay, these are in the Christmas pick section. They're not in the floral. They're by the Christmas picks, and they're just laying flat like this, okay? I love these. And then these I ordered from Craft Outlet. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to put in the red first, okay? So I'm going to take my tags off. Right? Okay, here we go. I'm going to snip these apart. Where did I put those? Here we go. There's my red snips. So there are, how many leaves on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of these on each thing. So usually I might snip off each one, but I think honestly or maybe even 3. So let me see what I can do here. Ooh, my snips are not snipping. Ugh. You know you're not supposed to be doing that, Linda. I know. Don't tell anyone. Because you're going to tell on me. Santa's watching. He's going to be like, you did it to yourself, so stop complaining, lady. Okay. I'm going to break these up. I think putting them in as a group of 3 is a little much. Okay. So I want to start up at the top. So I'm going to turn around toward me. I want to see cute stuff coming out. See, I've got this spot right here toward the top that there's not really a lot going on. Like there's like a blank space. Okay, so I want, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll do. Where's the single one? Here's the single one. Here's the single one. I'm going to put that kind of in there. So I'm just going to add some glue. I panicked for a minute. I wasn't sure I had my glue gun on. I did. Just so it's poking through a little bit, okay? It doesn't have to be massively hanging out there. Back of the leaves. That would be really good to attach it there. One leaf has a little bit of the glitter missing. Okay. Okay, and then here is another section of 2. Usually if I've got it in a section of 2, I'm going to keep it together, and I'm going to put that kind of on by the outside ring. Ugh, hold on, I got to reglue it. All right, push it in there a little bit. Just make sure it makes contact. Come on. Definitely want to put some by the lips here. So we're going in. Are we going in? We're going to go in. Right in here. I'm literally sticking it in. I can also go in and hit it with the glue gun. We'll dab of glue, make sure that it actually hits that. Okay. Let's see what else. Another one of these. I'm going to put it on the other side of the lips. And don't forget, I've got the white leaves as well, so we're going to be adding more of that into this. It is hard to do this looking at it top down. Sometimes it's easier to do it if it's up and down. I might end up having to go get a 4th branch. But I've got one, so that's good. But see, this is Christmas stuff, so that's why I always go take a look at Christmas and see what can I possibly use that's red or white. What can I use for Valentine's Day, or red stuff that you can use for 4th of July. Pink Christmas, you can use that pink stuff for Easter. All right, let's cut this one quick. I'm going to try to move on faster. I'm trying to go as fast as I can for you guys. All right. Eek. Come on, hands. Feet don't fail me now. My feet are fine. It's the hands that suck. All right. I like adding the red glitter, but I think when we get in the white there, it's also going to add in some extra zhuzh that we're kind of looking for that we can use. Here we go. Kind of lighten, brighten it up a little bit. Because like I said, it is, you know, darker because it's got some black in it. But we like that. It's kind of like how we like the bad boys, right? Yeah. Yeah, we do. Now, I think I do want to put a little red, and then I'll put some white in there too. But kind of coming out from under the bow, I want to make sure it's not just going in a circle around. I want to make sure it's in here too, right? There we go. Purdy, purdy. Here's the next set of 2. I love these from Hobby Lobby. I really got to get out there. I don't think they probably have any more of these this year. Or I'm sorry, no, these came from Craft Outlet. I apologize. Craft Outlet. I lied. There was a similar red that I did get from Hobby Lobby. All right, there we go. I'm going to grab one more set. One more set. Whew. All right. Now, I haven't decided yet if this is going to be listed at sweetariadecor.com or if this is going to end up going to one of the boutique spaces. I think this one I probably will list at sweetariadecor.com because, well, I don't know, it is kind of big. The problem is that I have to pay shipping because how Etsy did us sellers dirty. I gotta be honest, they did us dirty with the whole how you show up in the ranking and what you charge for shipping. Yeah, I don't like that. All right. Oh, that's the last set of the red. And I might not use them all, but I probably will. All right. Another set of 2. I had a set of 2 here. Now I'm going to go probably put another set of 2 there. Get it behind there. Get it on top there. These are not staying together all that great, but they're going to be so glued in here that they're not going to move. All right. Get this one. Alrighty. Now I got some individual one pieces. I got 3 individual pieces of the red here. So I want to see one coming out. So this is the one with the longest stem. Now I'm going to cut that little hair. I wonder if I could put one in here. Yeah, I like that because it's going to cover the sign a little bit, but it's not covering anything that you can, nothing that you could read. There we go. And I'm going to add a little dash of glue in there. Perfect. All right, I got one little piece left. I think we're gonna go right here. I feel like it needs a little something there, right? All right, now we're gonna go in with our white. Now this is a little bit more delicate than the other stuff. I gotta check my comments too. I haven't seen what everyone's doing. Is everyone hanging in there? Uh-oh. Is it still freezing or is it okay? Is it better, Lisa? That might have been issues with my Wi-Fi. I probably should have gone on to cellular. I apologize. All right. These I'm just going to snip These are individual, easy to snip. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to put as much of this in as I did with the white. Okay. But it will help to get the price tags off. Oh, Coach Jordan he just posted something a while ago about forgetting to take the price tags off. I'm like, it's those darn red Hobby Lobby ones. Those always get me, man, every time. All right. Just finishing. I'm going to do all my cuts at once, then I don't have to keep picking it up. 1. And then 2. And then 3. Oop, that one stuck to my shirt. Poking my boobs. All right. I got some pretty white. Add some little touches. And then I think that the only thing we're going to put in then is those cute, adorable those little stuffed hearts. Those are so cute. They're just perfect to go with this. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. There we go. Oh, 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 oh. I touched the glue. Yeah. That one's going to hurt. Yep, that will. Oh, boy, howdy. All right. Kind of putting it between the reds. Just little touches. Not a lot, but I do want, you know what? Here we go. I want one with a nice long stem because I'm going to put this behind the bow and have this coming out a little bit. So we're going to go here. I'm going to try to actually wrap the stem around it just a little bit. What you can do too is, like, if you got the stem, one of those little evergreen pieces, you can wrap that around the stem, and then you hit it with a little bit of glue too, and that makes it even sturdier. Okay. I'm gonna have to grab an extra glue stick in a minute. Here we go. All right, glue sticky, where did you go? I strictly use Gorilla Glue sticks in the full-size sticks. I use just a cheap old Surebonder. I like the one with the cord. I do have a cordless, but I always forget to charge it. But I like the ones with the cord too, because I don't go that far. Okay. All right. Alright, got a little white going there. So we got white, 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 white. I might end up needing another one of these. This one's going to come down here. Alright, there we go. I might. But I like this white. I mean, these were Christmas with the white, but they're just white. Nothing says Christmas about them at all. I want to say it's not unisex, that's not the word. It's uniholiday. I guess. Is that even a word? I don't know. Uniholiday. Hit that with a little bit extra glue. Boom, there you go. right. Now this one is a little bit bigger, but I'm going to put this where the ribbon tails are kind of coming out maybe. There we go. Because I might actually take some of the length off of that. I'm going to get one more set of the white. All right, I decided actually against going with the 60919 on this one because I think there's already enough with the patterns going on, with everything else in there. I don't necessarily think I'm going to need it, but again, it's kind of hard for me to tell from this angle. So I'm darned if I do and darned if I don't. Okay. And I got 3 of these left. So I want to come in on this side real good. Aha! Alright, I know where this one's going. I don't want to neglect the like that. This one's going to go on the top. I lied, I might need another set. Oh. Yeah, well that's how it goes. Why won't that go? What is going on? Sorry. There we go. Get on in there. Now I'm going to bend this around that stem. Because you won't see that. That's going to help this guy stay in there. There we go. See, I don't want that right on top of that red. I want it kind of sticking out a little bit. All right, and here's another layer. A little bit more, and I'm going to get some of those little foam hearts I was telling you about before. I think I am going to put one. So I'm just going to take, I only need one stem, I think. I'm not cutting the whole branch. I'm going to leave the other 2 on there. Just needed one. Kind of right in there. All right. Holy cow, this is a big one. All right, so what I'm going to do is take hold on. I might grab something different. Give me a second. Yeah. Those were actually ornaments, and I might use those for a tomato cage tray. They had little ribbons coming out on top. This is just little Valentine scatters. I'm going to put just a little tiny heart right in the center. It's because that's what I love to do. A little heart right in the center. So cute. Okay, so this is where we're at so far. Now, I think I'm calling this done. We just literally added some glitter leaves. This is made on a greenery base. We used 2 rolls of 10-inch mesh, cut at 18 inches a piece. We kind of wove that in there. We made a bow that is 15 inches wide. There's 7.5-inch loops to start. And we made that with 1 4-inch pattern, 2 2.5-inch patterns, 2 1.5-inch patterns, and 1 7/8. We made that bow, and then we went and we put in 15 sets of tails. we added this plush pillow on there with wire, and then we added the sign on where we staple pipe cleaners to the back. So this is going to be our finished product, because remember, the more product I put into this, the more I have to sell it for in order to get my investment back and to make a profit. So I don't want to end up pricing myself out where I make it so that it doesn't make me the money that I need it to. All right. So this will be listed at sweetariadecor.com. That's where I have all of my items available for sale. That takes you right to Etsy. All right, I will list that within the next day or so. I'm going to go give my hands a break for the rest of the night. Okay? And I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so very much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. You can shop my store at sweetariadecor.com, and you can follow me all over social media.